They are alleged to have manipulated ATM machines in our state and in Georgia.
Предполагается, что он манипулировал банкоматами ATM машин в штате, здесь, в нашем штате и в штате Джорджия.
And just in our charge alone here in Harris County, they unlawfully withdrew $236,000 and $236,800 or $385.
Judgment sprung in and out, the verdict swung. Gucci car watch, we've just begun. Gucci car watch, we're on the scene. Truth's unraveling, what does it mean?
Good morning, Ms. Nikova. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Okay, you please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to interpret from Russian to English and from English to Russian to the best of your ability, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Hi, Jay. We just now got the Russian translator. Yeah. Do it in a second. Right. Good morning, sir. You are Alexei Karitonov.
Вы Алексей Харитонов?
Yes.
Would you like a translator?
I understand you.
Okay.
Can translate, yes.
Would you prefer the translator, counsel?
It's my understanding from interacting with my client here, obviously he has some mastery of English, but in a proceeding like this, I'd much prefer a translator so you can have exact understanding of what's going on.
Shh.
Please order in the court so the translator can be heard and hear what's going on also.
Okay. So it looks like you are wanted out of, let me see. Please, if you can translate, Madam Interpreter.
Я смотрю, вас разыскивают.
You are wanted, I don't even see. Day?
Your Honor, he's wanted out of Gwinnett, Georgia for theft by taking.
Вас разыскивают в Гвинет, Джорджии за воровство.
He is believed to be in connection with several others, which is why he's charged with engaging in organized criminal activity.
И предполагается, что он связан с рядом других преступлений, поэтому его обвиняют в участии в организованной преступной деятельности.
They are alleged to have manipulated ATM machines in our state and in Georgia.
Предполагается, что он манипулировал банкоматами ATM машин в штате, здесь, в нашем штате и в штате Джорджия.
And just in our charge alone here in Harris County, they unlawfully withdrew $236,000 and $236,800 or $385.
И обвинение только здесь, в округе Харрис, что они незаконно сняли 236 тысяч и $300, и также 336 тысяч и $800.
He is alleged to be the co-defendant in our local case, to be the one that rented the vehicles.
Предполагается, что он является соответчиком по нашему местному делу по аренде транспортных средств.
And is alleged to have committed similar offenses in Georgia.
И предполагается, что он совершил подобные преступления в Джорджии.
State would be asking for no bond at this time.
Поэтому сейчас мы просим не устанавливать залог.
And the defense is on the defense side, Your Honor, as far as the facts of the case, we have very good alibis for the days he's alleged to be in Georgia.
И что касается защиты по этому делу, Ваша честь, то у нас есть факты по этому делу, у нас очень хорошее алиби по тем дням, когда предполагается, что он находился в Джорджии.
And Mr. Karitonov has been here in custody for several days before he made bonds in his Harris County cases.
Он находился здесь несколько дней, прежде чем были внесены залоги по делам в округе Харрис.
Those bonds were substantial, a total of $150,000 in Harris County.
Эти суммы были значительными, суммарно это было $150 тысяч в округе Харрис.
It wasn't until those bonds were made that the detainer from Georgia was placed. So we did not know that the $150,000 worth of bonds he made would do him no good to get him out until such time the bonds were made.
И эти Залоги были внесены, только после этого был приказ от штата Джорджия, поэтому мы не знаем, что были ли эти 150 тысяч в качестве залога, пошли они ему на пользу для освобождения до тех пор, пока они не были внесены.
Mr. Karitanov waived extradition about 6 days ago already, Your Honor.
Oh, so he's got,
То есть
And-
господин Харитонов ожидал экстрадицию уже 6 дней тому назад.
Georgia has declined to come get him thus far. In
И
those 6 days, he has had to be placed in segregation for mental health troubles. You can see that there's a big wound on his forehead from encounters he's had in the jail that has been moderately well taken care of.
То есть штат Джорджия не захотел приехать, чтобы его забрать им на протяжении этих 6 дней. Вы видите, что его поместили в камеру для отдельного заключения в связи с психологическими проблемами. Вы видите эту большую рану у него на лбу от стычки, которая у него была в тюрьме. Поэтому не следует хорошо о нем позаботиться.
And he is also, on Friday, was not able to make his hearing because he was sent back in error. So we were not able to discuss this on Friday, so he spent an additional 4 days in jail for that reason.
Итак, в пятницу он не смог участвовать в своем слушании, поскольку он был отправлен назад по ошибке, поэтому мы не смогли это обсудить в пятницу, поэтому здесь появились еще дополнительные 4 дня.
Mr. Karitanov has a whole life built here in Houston. He is not a transient figure. He's not a traveler.
Господин Харитонов здесь прожил в Хьюстоне всю свою жизнь. Он не тот, кто постоянно переезжает и передвигается с места на место.
His partner is here in court to support him. His daughter is set to visit him from Russia for the holidays. There is no chance he's not going to deal with these charges, Your Honor.
Партнер здесь в суде для того, чтобы поддержать его. Его дочь посещала его из России во время праздников, и поэтому он не собирается справляться с этими обвинениями здесь.
He does have legal status here in America and is applying to become a lawful permanent resident or citizen.
У него есть легальный статус в США, он подал заявку на то, чтобы стать постоянным резидентом.
So the thing that the defense would request, Your Honor, is that bond be set relating to this fugitive warrant so that Mr. Karitanov can go answer the brand new to him charges from Georgia without having to wait for Georgia to come pick him up and take him by jail.
Поэтому мы запрашиваем Вашу честь, чтобы был назначен залог для того, чтобы он смог здесь отвечать по новым предъявленным обвинениям из Джорджии и не ждать для того, чтобы из Джорджии приехали и забрали его в тюрьму.
And while this is a fugitive case, at no time was Mr. Karitanov aware of any charges, and he refused to go answer them. They were brand new to him while he was in custody.
И несмотря на то, что это является дело о том, что он скрывается от правосудия, господин Харитонов не знал об этих обвинениях, и он не отказывался от того, чтобы отвечать по ним. Поэтому это совершенно новое обвинение для него.
He does have the means to travel to Georgia and Gwinnett County, which is just north of Atlanta, Your Honor. He will certainly do so with all haste when he is released. He just is asking the court, because of the difficulty of being in jail when your English is limited, especially interacting with people in jail that may not be the most well-intentioned, especially if you don't speak a language they speak, has already resulted in his injury and his segregation in the mental health unit. So we'd ask for a bond so that he can go handle the charges as he intends to do.
Итак, у него есть средства для того, чтобы поехать в Джорджию, в округ Квиннетти, это находится на севере Атланты, и он обязательно это сделает, когда его отпустят. Мы просто просим суд в связи с тем, что у него сложности нахождения в тюрьме, особенно когда знание английского языка ограничено, это осложняет коммуникацию с теми, кто находится в тюрьме. Как вы уже видите, это привело к травмам и раздельному помещению в камеру для психологической помощи. То есть мы просим вас определить залог, и мы сможем справиться с этими обвинениями, которые выдвинуты.
Since the state got into the probable cause, Your Honor, I'll let Your Honor know that the date that they allege he was in Georgia committing an offense, we have photos of him here in Houston and long text chains. I mean, I've got dozens of photos proving he was not in that state.
But understand the nature of the charge is such that it's,
I understand, Your Honor. The state gave you some facts I wanted to give you.
of course.
Итак, и поскольку обвинение должно обвинение иметь достаточных оснований, я могу вам продемонстрировать, Ваша честь, что в те дни, когда предположительно он был в Джорджии, у нас есть фотографии, что он был здесь, находился в Хьюстоне, и большая переписка, у нас есть очень много фотографий, которые подтверждают это, что он был здесь.
Before I get into any arguments, this is the first I've heard of Gwinnett not coming for him. If they are not,
Well, I'm assuming because they are not here yet.
did you get
Это-
anything?
Do you definitively know that they're not going to come get him, or is it because they're not here yet?
I'm not representing the court that Gwinnett County has told me anything at all.
Uh,
Only
It's
their
just
current behavior.
because they haven't, not yet.
The guy didn't get a release
Have
teletype.
you spoken to them, and are they going to come get
I'm
him?
only going off at the teletype, but it's my understanding that they are going to come for him. I guess we'll wait until-
И сейчас они рассуждают о том, приедет или не приедет кто-то из штата Джорджия для того, чтобы забрать. Известно ли это наверняка, или это связано с тем, что их пока никого здесь нет.
But as the court has already mentioned, his physical presence, due to the nature of the offense, is irrelevant to the crime because it's the manipulation of the ATM machines.
И как уже суд определил, физическое его нахождение в связи с природой преступления не имеет значения, поскольку это манипуляция банкоматами.
And just in our jurisdiction alone, there are alleged 27 ATMs that were hit.
И только в нашей юрисдикции предполагается, что это было 27 банкоматов.
He specifically played, one of the roles he played in this alleged offense here is
It's not.
Это не
Mr.
важно.
Karatanov, I want you to understand two things.
Я хотел бы, господин Харитонов, я хотел бы, чтобы вы понимали два аспекта здесь.
My primary concern is public safety.
Мое первичное опасение, основное опасение, что это общественная безопасность.
My other concern is if we set you a bond, are you going to go back?
И второе опасение, что если мы определим для вас залог, вернетесь ли вы?
I don't know if I'm going to.
Я не знаю, будет ли это так.
But let me give you a bit of information first so that you are well informed.
И я вам сейчас дам определенное количество информации, чтобы вы были проинформированы должным образом.
This is a fugitive case. You are go ahead.
Это дело о том, что скрываетесь от правосудия.
You are an inherent flight risk.
Вы являетесь постоянно, с вами связан постоянный риск побега.
If we set you a bond, you will have to make most, if not all of it.
Если мы определим для вас залог, то вы должны сделать большинство, если не все.
Whereas you have waived, you've also made bond.
Когда вы отказались от так называемого залога.
The time for Gwinnett County to come get you has already started ticking.
И время для округа Гвинет, чтобы они приехали вас забрали, оно уже начало свой отчет.
At least 6 days have already passed.
the final date is the 7th, Your Honor.
По крайней мере, прошло уже 6 дней.
If we set you a bond, you will have 2 weeks to go turn yourself in that jurisdiction.
Если мы установим для вас залог, то у вас будет 2 недели для того, чтобы вы отправились туда и признали свою вину в этой юрисдикции.
I'm going to tell you that if we do, it's going to be a very substantial bond. Not to mention, you will have to surrender your passport.
И если мы установим залог, то это будет очень значительная сумма, не говоря уже о том, что вам нужно будет отдать нам ваш паспорт.
So I'd like you guys powwow, because I don't know if I do, but it's going to be very substantial.
Я не знаю, устанавливать залог,
Whereas
но залог будет очень большим.
a lot of people would save that and go hire a lawyer if they even come.
Очень многие люди говорят об этом и затем, что они наймут адвоката, если они вообще вернутся.
What do you think?
So one of the
What
ones
do
I
we
wanted
do?
to, things I wanted to address is part of his role was renting the vehicle itself in the commission of these offenses. And so he clearly has the means to find transportation. And that's also,
Итак, что бы я хотела здесь сказать по поводу этого дела, его роль была в том, чтобы арендовать транспортные средства, то есть очевидно, что у него есть средства для того, чтобы находить транспортные средства.
but just because of the extent of the offenses spanning multiple states is that I would still stay at no bond.
Any other
И
criminal history?
с учетом вообще масштаба преступления, который затрагивает несколько штатов, я бы все-таки настаивала на том, чтобы не устанавливать залог.
Just a local DWI judge.
Просто хотя
Alright.
бы местное DWI.
My counter argument, Your Honor, is as you mentioned, you'll have to make probably all of the bond. So a bond, even $5,000 or $10,000 is similar to a
Oh,
$100,000
no.
bond.
I mean, we're talking five to, heavy five figures.
Мы говорим об очень больших числах, 5 цифр и выше.
I think certainly an option is better than no option, so if the court would consider it, it may be that he can't make the bond if it's set, and he'll have to wait regardless. But
Может быть, он не сможет нести залог, может быть, ему все-таки придется ждать.
Let me think about it. But I also wanted you to know that I will not set anything until he first surrenders a passport.
yes, Your
You
Honor,
И
know,
мы об этом
so talk with him
подумаем.
to see.
I will, Your Honor, and if that conversation may be aided if you could give me an indication of how long you will, before you will let him go if Georgia does not.
But if we do it today, set him on today. I mean, assuming he first surrenders a passport, because the first things first is he's gonna have to surrender it here to the clerks. So we have possession of it.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that point, we set a bond.
В любом случае, мы назначим залог только тогда,
No, no, no,
если
no,
он
no.
передаст
They have
свой
9 days
паспорт,
to come
отдаст
get it.
его своему нашему судебному клерку.
She's trying to catch up.
И
I
у
know.
него затем будет 9 дней для того, чтобы внести залог.
So for my guidance to Mr. Karitanov, after 9 more days, there'll be set a PR bond on this issue or be
Correct.
released.
Well, what happens is they have 9 days to come get him. If they don't come get him in 9 days, they file a motion to dismiss.
Unless there are
But-
extenuating circumstances.
У округа в Джорджии есть 9 дней для того, чтобы приехать и забрать его. Если через 9 дней они этого не сделают, то тогда они подадут ходатайство о снятии рассмотрения этого дела.
Even if they file that dismissal because they don't come get him, that warrant will always remain out there. So they could literally dismiss it, refile it within the next couple hours, get another hold. So if he is released due, you gotta lickety split,
The next thing he'll do is go to Georgia.
So yeah, you guys talk about it, let me know, and then we can go from there.
Yes, sir, well, thank you.
Итак, даже если они снимут рассмотрение дела, через пару часов они могут подать снова, и опять это может начаться отсчет. В любом случае, вам нужно хорошенько обговорить все аспекты этого дела и затем сообщить мне.
Do you want her to call back there?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to chat you the phone number to the holdover, Miss Nikova. If you would mind, I'm live streaming, so please do not say anything anything now, but I'm going to chat you the phone number to the holdover, if you don't mind calling over there so you can help translate. Okay?
Okay, so
Bear
I
with me, let me
just-
chat you the phone number. If you have any issues, come back and just let me know, okay?
Okay, I have the phone number and I will mute myself, Your Honor.
Take your time and I'm gonna mute you for now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what it is. Good morning, Ms. How's it going? How's jail?
Not good. I think everybody should go there for 7 days on the first DWI. I think it would fix a lot of things for a lot of people.
And I routinely say this to people, Mr. Fox, is that I would say, I don't know the true statistic, but Usually when people go to jail, that one time, most times, that one time is scary enough that it's self-correcting and they wise up that they don't ever want to go to a place like that. I mean, it stinks. There's,
There's things that you know.
so, yeah, I know, there's no air conditioning, just, but jails are jails. I mean, it's not the Holiday Inn, it's not Club Med, it's not Disneyland, it's happy and the most wonderful place in the entire world, right? But you got to understand is that we have routinely let you out over and over and over. And you make us promises, you tell us you're going to do things, and then we come to find out later on, it's a completely different thing. You have what, 2 open DWIs, right? Is it at least 2, right?
It's two, Judge.
You're on probation with us. And then you pick up a felony as well. At some point, I have to say when. We can't continue. Sometimes we have to protect people from themselves, their own worst enemy. And I'll tell you, when we first did the TRAS, I told you how reluctant I was to go with the other agreement that you guys had worked out, because I wanted to do SATA, because usually our clinicians know what's up. They know the right way
I understand.
to go through things. And you want me to let you out for the holidays, but that really scares me.
I just want my bond reduced, sir. And even my wife, who we're getting divorced, wants me home for Christmas. I mean, spending Thanksgiving in there, and yes, you're right. I mean, I call it jail therapy. I don't know what
Look,
else.
let's not talk about the case at all. I don't want to talk about the case, but
Yes, sir.
I'm bringing you out
I
just,
just want my bond reduced, sir, so I can, I mean, like you said, number one, I can't drive. You're gonna have an ankle monitor on me. I can't go anywhere.
but we still ask you to do things and you refuse to abide by bond conditions. Every time you tell me and you make a promise, you know how it goes, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, really shame on me. And that's where we're at. You tell me things that you're gonna do. You tell me that you're gonna abide. And when you get out, you still do whatever you want to do.
I never spent 28 days in jail, sir, and this is definitely a wake-up call. I don't know any other way to put it. I mean,
And you've told me that story before.
I've never been in jail before, sir. I've never once been in jail until this time, and I don't need to know how to explain it, because I know you probably.
The good news is this, Mr. Fox, because there is light at the end of the tunnel, that Mr. Sims is working hard to try to resolve these things once and for all, so you don't sit there and linger. The idea is to do the program that we had initially said. The only problem is the case at a county. That's the holdup, I think, at this point. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have Morgan reach out over there. We're going to have James reach out to your lawyer on that case to see if we can come up to a global resolution once and for all. And hopefully we can do that by next week. I don't know, but I'm hoping. I don't know what the other county has in store, what they want, but hopefully we can get on the same page. And if we let them know this is our intent to do SATA, hopefully we'll see what happens. But
So no bond reduction. Okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fox, but look,
I put myself in this. mess,
and
right?
quite frankly, you scare me. You know, every day someone dies from a DWI in our county, every single day. We'll set it for about mid to late next week. Hopefully we can have an answer for you, because like I said, I don't want you to just sit there and just linger. We're going to try to work hard to get this thing closed as quick as possible for you. Because the problem is, the idea is to get you help as quick as possible, not to sit there. So we're working hard for you, though. Okay, okay, Mr. Fox, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Sims.
Got my approach?
Yeah.
This is on Jefferson Savalos, Judge. It's a deferred plea, Judge.
Okay. Good morning, Mrs. Zavalos. Mrs. Zavalos, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you an 8-month deferred. Do you know what that is?
What he explained to me, probation, community service, lots of other things that
Classes you'll have to do.
Right. A deferred is a type of probation that if you successfully complete it, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. You can't tell people it was dismissed. It wasn't dismissed. You merely completed the probation successfully, didn't end up with a conviction. What you need to recognize is that you give up almost all rights known by entering into this agreement. And you let us, and you give us the ability to put you in jail for an entire year if you violate this agreement. You can violate it by picking up a new case. Don't do your classes on time. Don't do your community service on time. If you test positive for drugs or alcohol, you violate this community service. Do you understand? I'll make you a deal though. If you do well, if you're nice to everybody, get your classes done quick and everything done quick, I'll take you off in half the time. So you could really be done with this in 4 months if you really kick butt. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to be understanding though if you fail to appear, if you pick up a new case, all bets are off. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you enter into this agreement, you are stuck with it until you complete it successfully or it gets violated. For you to complete this successfully, you must do a thinking for a change class. You must do a 4-hour anger management class. Which thinking for a change did you want? Were you thinking? You must also do 30 hours of community service. Do you have any children, sir? Tell me, how far did you get in school?
I just finished my semester last week.
In what?
What do you mean in what?
College or?
Oh, in college, yeah.
Great job. What are you studying?
Natural sciences while I'm still in community college, but when I get to the 4 year, I want to study kinesiology.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Shh. What do you think this is going to do? Do you think this is going to hurt or help you?
I'm a firm believer in consequence.
But you need to understand.
No matter the perspective of the person who is being, punished or receiving consequence. So I know myself pretty well, and I could say that it's definitely gonna be a good stepping stone in regards.
Mr. Savalos, what I want you to understand, when you are applying for jobs in the future, people don't know you. Even for you to step into the door, the only thing that people are going to look at, employers, they're going to look at, number one, your record. They're going to want to see who you are. And I'm going to tell you now, the more convictions you pick up, the worse it is for you. All you're doing is making life more difficult. Do you understand? I hope with this, you really take it to heart, because we want to see you succeed. We want to see you be the best person that you can be. But convictions and criminal cases, no matter what happens, people will still use it. And you need to consider it. When you're out in the free world, self-control. Do you understand?
I understand. Yes, sir. I remember the last conversation and I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I mean, he still heckles me. You know, he tries to get a rise out of me.
They're neighbors, Judge.
But
You know what? Then it's never going to stop, Mr.
I
Savalos.
understand.
You need to be the bigger man. And it sucks. And, you know, in life,
Step off the porch.
do you think that there are people who mess with me? You know, on a constant basis, on a daily basis, I have people that are always messing with me as well. You know, but I still try to do the best job I can. I do what's in my heart. I do what I think is right. And that's what you need to do as well. Shh. Mr. Savalos, be the better man. You know, if you need to move, if you need to get away, you know, but even if they're still heckling with you, call the cops. Do find another way. Don't take matters into your own hands. We don't want to see you fail. All right?
Thank you for your concern.
Well, we want you to be the best person you can be, really. So you're in college, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Read the shorter length, thing for a change.
no, but my 30 hours of community service, as long as you're in school, I mean, that's great. Just great. Just better yourself. That's what, so.
So you wait for the community service, Judge?
Yeah, I mean, if they're okay with it.
We're okay with that.
You know, just look, the idea is that you learn and you don't come back, right? So how old are you, bud? I'm gonna waive all your fines and fees. It's never about the money. Just do what you say you're gonna do it on time and make the most of it, all right? Mr. Savalos, how do you plead to the assault? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not gonna find you guilty. We'll withhold it for 8 months. Do what you say you're gonna do. If you ever have a problem, come back, talk to us. We're here for you. Good luck, man. You know?
Thank you very much.
So get your stuff done quick. We'll take you off quick and you're done, all right? All right.
Like receive word on like when I should start all that.
Shatori over there will tell you exactly what's wrong.
Watch, we're on the scene. Truths unravel, and what does it mean? In the halls where stories clash, Uchikoro watch quick as a flash.